Taylor, can you feel like this was a good kind of bounce back in terms of velocity and everything? Were you at all concerned about that?
No, not even close. I kind of, to be honest with you, I kind of went through like a little dead arm period last outing, especially like the last two, and wasn't really worried about it. Tried to come after those guys. But yeah, I mean, definitely was. I mean, after the Seattle outing, if you ask me, the one against Houston was the one that kind of got me going, and not even from like a confidence aspect, just from like a physical aspect, just getting my flow and everything, and just trying to go from there.
What does an outing like this do? I mean, you've seen how the rest of the rotation's gone. You know, the start that Martin turns in, the team turns in yesterday, and you're able to go out there, get 5 strong, and get the win. What does that say for not only your confidence, but just for the confidence for the entire staff?
It's a lot, because whenever we were in Seattle, that game we came back and won the game I pitched, and I remember I was down in the gym talking to John Gray about it, and I told him when we were like in the 7th or 8th inning, I was like, I really feel like when we win this game, like it's gonna be a turning point for us, and I feel like it was, and everything started coming together, especially from the pitching side and everything, and everybody just stayed the course, especially for me as well. I wasn't really trying to change much, just more so trying to fight through some things physically, and then just kind of trying to get a feel for it, and definitely not trying to panic, even though it's easier said than done, because I want to go out there and do well, but I know sometimes stuff ain't gonna go my way, so I definitely want to try to do the best I can. But I mean, just from a staff standpoint, I think everybody's building off each other, and I wasn't trying to go complete game today, even though that's the goal every outing, but just try to stay in as long as I could.
In previous outings, we've seen you kind of throw the new slider a little bit more often. Today, it looked like you still leaned on it a little bit, but it looks like you really threw your 4-seamer a lot more often today. Was that only because you were trying to make sure your velocity was staying up there, or was it just like this pitch is feeling good, so I'm going to go into it?
Yeah, that's what it was. See, my kind of standpoint from outings and stuff, especially in the big leagues, like it's a lot different than in the minor leagues than the big leagues. Like I kind of have a game plan of what I want to do to them, or like what their strengths are. But I realize when teams face me, their scouting report against me is different than it is against Dane and all these other guys. So I kind of got to the point to where I started pitching to my strengths and started trusting myself a lot more, and just like, here it is, hit it, And that's something I try to do every outing. It's just like sometimes it may come off as like I'll be missing stuff or whatever it is, but my mentality every outing is to go out there and dominate and try to just be like, here's my best stuff, hit it.
When you see the offense go out and produce in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd innings, what is that to you as you take the mound and go into the 4th?
Try to get them back there, get them back in the dugout as quick as I can. It's a lot easier said than done, especially with that type of lineup, like a World Series team like that. Like, it's very tough. But try to put the pressure on them, keep the pressure on them, and kind of let our guys know, or let my teammates know that, hey, like, I'm gonna come after these guys and try to get us back in the dugout as quick as I can. But definitely can't let off the gas. If anything, I kind of, as the game goes on, I kind of press harder and not too much, so where like I try to overcompensate and do too much stuff. And I think today and like last outing, I really stayed within myself.
Okay, thanks Taylor.